Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the trucking show with Callaway and Claire. Welcome to episode 18. Part 2. This is gonna be interesting. So finally Oren was finishing up washing. We were actually not gonna start polishing tonight, but like I said, if you watched the last episode, Taylor was not happy, but she had to get over it. I think that's done. Good enough. So now, so yeah. So, now we're gonna just dig up how we have Clay was cleaning up the shop and getting Clay and Clay were getting ready. How I was down at the Melville's talk to Orens. How we then a little bit how we're gonna dig out, load up. That how I stored in the back the next time when we go to custom files, we can show you where the polishing stuff is stored in. I had to go bring the forklift down here, I'm not sure. We might be able to load up into the back of the, how Orens was going to bring his stuff over in the morning. Then eventually I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to let this cool. Yeah, a few minutes. I think that's probably good enough. Oh, cheesy. I do this. And then, so anyway, yeah, like I said, all that. The whole time anyone to get. I don't think we were gonna have some, but how we were trusting that is how we're saying that. Yeah, I think Clay was probably gonna get up. How in this episode, how we're gonna get up at like 5 a.m. Yeah, everybody was gonna wake up. How we're not gonna. How we kind of use the waking up, how we decided get up at. I don't know. I don't even know. I think probably like sometime in April, May 2024. Actually, how it was like in April. And how it was actually the beginning of April. It was actually the second weekend in April. Actually, how it was actually the April, I think it was April, I know there's some, how we decided to skip. Actually, let's check that out. How it was actually sometime in May. Now, yeah. 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 How at some point how we're gonna plan on doing elbow trucks again. Yeah, how we're gonna start with all that. Like I said, my plan is to start with all that. Yeah. So then how Orens was done at the Melka. Yeah. Yeah, then how we started up his truck and moved it, how we cleaned everything up, how we helped him, how we cooled down the coil and the pressure washer, how he was done, how we just got like the big stuff up, how we did his trail dissolve so real quick when they sent that, and with the phone camera hugged up to the end, just straight on, or maybe use whichever soap it's in the milk. Some with milk out, some just straight on and maybe let it soak a little bit. Yeah, how I'm not doing like nothing gold or anything. We'll see maybe on Sunday, see how far. I think I might maybe it's already wet. I might maybe take it to the wash on side and wash and see how far. But it's gonna get. Yeah, I might take. But we'll see. Yeah, how Josh was gonna, how he was gonna. That's actually how Josh was gonna come help too. I was interested. How. Yeah, how Josh said how talking. This was me talking, I think. How we're gonna if I get stuff like trapped in the back, we're actually not gonna stop it. I'm gonna get out this one, how this was do today. That's what we'll just repeat it. I'm gonna get out, we're gonna even go over to it. How I was gonna get up at 5 a.m. Or maybe for the food. And get up and go to the truck wash and wash my truck. How he was gonna drive his pickup, then how I was gonna stop at 29 pounds to get fuel on my pick. How I was gonna. Then there was I might. How was actually how how he was gonna go into town and how he was gonna go get a few things at fast. Oh, I think they opened around 6. And maybe go get some grub. I don't know if he eats grub this and then we go. How we were actually gonna go into town. We're still gonna get out that. How we were gonna go into town and get some grub there somewhere. Yeah, then how we were gonna bring some donuts over. Yeah, how we decided to bring how we were gonna go get some pop and. I think that's the boy has. Let's see if we have it. We might swing help the house open really here. We might maybe stop there and get a couple things. So how we were talking, I think how we had that video in real life. I don't think he has it, but how we had it older. Actually, instead of an old, how we actually went somewhere and buy a box. Just didn't do anything. Anyway, I'm gonna take this downstairs so finally. And this is over and then I get up the lens, I'm gonna get up the lens and do some paperwork before we can start. Before we I'm gonna grab it. Now we need to. I'm gonna have to grab this so we can start before that. the last pickup that you had to do. So we saw that rabbit. She did that. You know that everything is sold, but how you have that rabbit. So finally, sometimes I have a real hard time picking up my mic. So finally, we got the truck, we got the shop swept, we got the truck and the trailer in there. Yeah, how we're gonna start with the truck. Oh, we actually unhooked the trailer. We don't know if we're gonna get. That may be for another weekend. But then finally we pulled in and how we actually brought everything up to the and said I was getting around that time. I was like around 7:38. What time is it now? I guess it's only 7 o'clock. 7? It was only 7 o'clock. So then finally, then how Orens actually had everything in his garage. Now. Like I said, how we just got the how we just actually just got how his pickup was but how he was gonna go home and we'll see maybe when I wake up in the morning and maybe I might go out there and throw everything. I haven't been home yet this week, so finally. How Clay's truck, how Clay had all his last stuff ready to go, how we actually moved it in, how we got all the how we actually moved into the milk house, and how so she was ready to go in the morning. So then finally, how it was getting late, then finally, we went home. Claire loved that new Jeep truck too. Yeah. How Claire was just, actually, so that's so finally, then we shut the lights off for the night, then finally we got ready to go. So then how Orens hopped in his pickup. Orens was gonna go grab a bite to eat and go home. We just had supper. We had sweet baked Lay's baby back ribs, so something like that. They were very good. Clay liked them, Clay loved them, and Taylor and I loved them too. Anyway, finally, he was gonna go grab a bite to eat. At the St. Jack was home enjoying life. I don't know if he was home or not, but He was maybe at one doing that right now. But anyway, so finally then Howard playing. They got camp set up in the basement in their little area. Yeah. I don't mean they just did whatever, how they got cleaned up and finally in a little while they were out like a lot. Yeah. 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 They got camp set up. They have the nice bed. Yeah, how they were in bed by 9 o'clock. Yeah. They were tired. So finally, and then how they were used to getting up, so then finally the next morning, yeah, then finally the coffee pot went off. It was blue and then finally, then how they actually went watch a little bit of Zoom for a little while. Till 6, and finally, that's how they just let the natural light come in. And finally it got light out. Then how around 6:30, then how we got dressed, and how me and Taylor were up. Yeah, how me and Taylor were just up top then. Well, playing. Yeah, how play on top for a little while too. Well, they had the coffee, letting the light come in, and then finally how we got clothes on, how we got word from how Josh was actually gonna go on by us. How not from Josh how he was gonna go off how buy us lunch. And how we pizza had my old chicken pizza, kind of like that. And then how Taylor was gonna bring us dinner too. Yeah, we might sit. That's how we had planned to finish up on Sunday. So late. There might be a late night. But I want to try to get Orens' truck. We'll see how long it takes. We have Orens and Self gonna do some work. We have me and Clay, maybe Clay. And then we have how Josh Olsen was gonna come over for the afternoon, and how he was gonna help too. Yeah. So then finally went to accessible foods. We got some pop and yeah. There was a little bit after light at around 6:30. Yeah, we listened to silence on the way, like yeah. Yeah, because Clay was in trouble. He drove to yeah. They said the back. Yeah, they made me send the back. Yeah. There was Clay's and how at that time Clay was looking so then Clay after surprised Clay how she really loved it. How Clay sold it used to be Ruby and Clay's original wife. Then a while back when she passed away, then she decided to sell the other car and kept the Jeep. Life was kind of tough with Clay at that time. You'll find in none of those episodes that show you right after. But Clay got over it. Yeah, she is happy. She is fell in love with a new girl. He loves Clay very much. Yeah, I think Clay really loves it there at Truckin'. Yeah, that was the best thing. Clay has one of the coolest trucks. We'll talk about that in another time. So yeah, so they listen to Katy Perry on the way to accessible foods. Yeah. Oh yeah, Katy Perry. Woo! Yeah. Wish we could play the song. Can't because of copyright. Do 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 do. Have you ever felt like a classic drifting through a drifting hand? Alright. Yeah, so then we also listened to some Alan Jackson too. Yeah. And Highway 101 too. We listened to some of that somewhere tonight. That's one of my favorite Highway 1. So then finally we got the festival foods, we got the pop and a few other things, then we went over and got some this. Yeah. And then finally we went back to the fun. Finally we went into the little break area and had this real quick. How we went to a quick trip and got some hot grub. Yeah. Yeah. So finally we put in the stuff in the pop in the refrigerator. So then shortly after Orens showed up. So how we actually went a little bit early, how we were there, how we had breakfast and how we were talking. So how me and Clay were a little bit. Then finally Orens showed up. That was I feel that he just has everything work, but how we actually had everything over now. I understand that. So how we had set in real life, I think he only has the one on each, the 6,000. But how we had a few other brands, how we had the new. Yeah, how we also had the new totes and yeah. Oh, we still did the same way with the core. So how we also have a few. Yeah, so I had this wheel stick and how we also had the trailer sword stuff. How we have to back, how we back to truck in the shop and then we unloaded everything and stuff like that. So then finally, the first step we need to do this is how I'm gonna have, and that's where we're gonna start. So then finally we got all the tools out and everything organized and set up. Got the wheel stand set up and everything, and I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start pulling wheels. I think we're gonna pull all the wheels off, and I'm gonna get the impact out, and we can begin to find Owen was already having the Coca-Cola. Yeah. Clay was wearing the old he was wearing a Sing shirt. Yeah. So lunch that day, my wife Taylor decided to she went and actually bought us pizza for us, yeah. Then that lucky. The pizzas, she got pepperoni, she got couple pepperoni, and maybe couple other ones, and maybe buffalo chicken, a mild buffalo chicken. Yeah. And then we got a couple pepperonis, and got some wings, and got some grab sticks. So started pulling all those, the ones on orange chocolate pea ovals, so yeah. So Clay was actually telling Owen about all the postures that Owen said, have you had any posture? Well, I used this guy named, there's a guy that my actually didn't do as great as a job. Then after that, I took it to Evans. He did Evans detailing down in Charleston. Then I said, yeah, I think you need to tell me about that play like last year ago. That's like, yeah. I used to, he does great work sometimes. He did this was me talking about Kodas. Yeah, he did my job too. Yeah, I made them. He did think maybe this fall we went through. I think I may take my trail down there with the hammer, because maybe have them do the rub rail side and maybe the stainless front. We'll see. I called them a while back to see with the slow step. I guess he's probably maybe bent. Probably getting ready for shoulders, but maybe in winter of 2025, I give it. It's spring of 2024 weather. I can use a different trail. through the farm, they can buy one from the farm. Yeah. Yeah, I got the idea Josh Ruby told me about that. Yeah. I think he had that James too. We'll see it, let's see it like that. Or maybe we might leave it in my shop, our shop, in the rural shop, or maybe you might see that jackal. Maybe that, I almost going to take it to Alan's quite yet. But I will let them know. But maybe you might see, maybe you might able to set it up. They might have that jack. Or just and who said that body is interested in doing it. Realize it's not just Wagner, this is another part of that partnership. He actually did a really good, that Jeff did. Yeah. Yeah. Are you down with that? Okay. Are you done with it? Okay. So yeah, today, how old was time about doing this hit fit? But I think today that's gonna be it. I think all I want to do is I don't know what type of job should we have Josh. How he was already done. And I think I might have him, well, I think I'm gonna have him, I think I'm gonna start off by having him last year. I had to go get. I might use that blue bucket, that one that was empty. I'm thinking to have it. I'm thinking I might have the one that my dad might use it, 10-15 users. We don't really need it. Oh, and then you put all the time. Actually, how Josh actually brought his up. Although that was one of the things. Yeah. The how he used it that moment. Yeah, then the thing they have, the thing they had some of that poly, that pink poly. That's one of the. Oh yeah, come on, the soap I use and see. Cleaning up, maybe you might put a little bit of dissolve. Clean up all that before the. So how we actually tuned on the clay was already down the wash and I know back in the day you just got when we tuned it. But when I was young we just got after me so remind me. They wrap this video if you want to go in the drink. I was upset now. Anyway, so sorry about that. I'm glad about it. Hamburger. So how we doing that? I know we're actually doing it just for purpose today. So finally we got the hot water going and we filled up how we use inside of that oven that see why not. And we actually lived it was somebody else. Yeah, I was explained on the story with that kind of a big white back. In real life, let me pause. So how we use Josh's bucket, we put kind of hot water and some poly soap and maybe some Dawn and a couple other things and the wash here. How we're gonna start with the truck, how we're gonna start with the drives and how not Josh, but we're gonna wash it. Here Josh, you can use it. Come on. Then how we also had some chrome polish. And realize how we had everything put together nicely and well, me and Kodas and this is Orens. How we put some poly soap in the oven. Yeah, so then finally, how Josh was looking on scrubbing the hubcaps and the hubcaps and stuff. Then finally, this was already when we pulled off. Yeah, you could just use the hose, or then you might have like a little adapter with like a low pressure tip, pressure action. How we had the soap shut up, when we might pull, I don't know. Yeah, how we tuned out, how we just needed some hot water. Let them soak, so fine, then finally, Josh was working on that. So then finally, I'm going to start, I think you can claim and have you start the wheels. I'm going to start on working on one of the feet. Or that's the wheels. And I think you guys can do 2 each. There's 4 drives and then, yeah. So if I'm just sanding down and repolish them. Yeah, and then maybe after Josh does that. Yeah, how we decided how we how tell was that we're gonna go to church in the morning. How we was gonna drive in the car, suburban road. And then how she was going to pick up lunch. I was maybe we'll listen alla. Yep, on that Sunday, and how about like Uncle Bill, where the book was. They were better. Yeah, till we get upset when we plan it. She and I was wanted. Then takes up too. We had Kleine and you and group and how was up when we saw the play out. No. So finally, a couple hours later, how Owen got the tank down, how he sanded like most of the rocket parts on the bottom, and how Josh actually how after he was done, then how Owen brought Josh to work. We were gonna cut in the polishing, doing the name polishing section of the sanded one. Then how he was working on the second hubcaps didn't really take long. And how they're gonna let them, how they put them somewhere. We're gonna pause on this section. Let's go see what Clay was up to. Then so we're gonna start. So finally Clay got down and pulled the truck down and how should I wash up the trailer. She did that. She was what music should she be listening to? I don't care. We'll just say whatever. I don't really care. Maybe my recitals are not sure. You'll say that's just her very favorite. I hardly doubt it, but so she was doing a good job. She did the inside job. Then finally, Clay actually showed them how to wash. In the last track in episode 17 with the duck. I don't know. I think you saw I had to go back and make. I need to get Jeff caught up a little bit. He missed that, but we'll do the. And then finally after she did that, then she got the bucket and she used the green dawn on the trailer. Oh yeah, green dawn. It's always the best. Oh, Pastor Carlo. It's always the best. Alright, so finally after that, then she finally decided to have so then she did the outside of the trailer with actually she used the greens, the mixed up stuff with the laundry detergent in there. That was the thing. That's one that Clay recommended, and she used some green down with that. Now Clay had a couple eventually gonna have we might just share the stuff. That's what we do but I might have a little more. I will share that wide brush. How we make sure, I don't know if anybody, make sure we get it rinsed off really good. And she started, how Clay actually got her started. This was staying washing the truck. How right when Olga needs help down there helping showing Clay what to do. Yeah, I think, how that, when I was being old and when he left, how he got started, how he was on his way, how when Owen got to Josh that morning, how he lived a little bit farther away, how he lived in some of the house like what Josh, how it had to know. How it's not very far from Josh, it's how it's, how we actually, how I was going back, how I was down by. How he was having to roll down my head to the corner by it. Actually, we'll be right back. So finally, Clay was doing a great job. So then finally, I decided to take that morning when I decided to take a Jeep truck over. I was sure some wash, but that was actually good. That was eventually how we were going to sell the no longer. How we actually sold them the other car, I love that. Glad how we got it cleaned up and then we said, let's just keep the Jeep. And then Clay saw they keep. And then we gave it to Clay. How that time Clay was looking for her. Then we decided I was surprised with how we cleaned it up and how she loved it. That was the same thing. We had sort of finished that. I think that may be what we're gonna put in the Cleo series if we ever pick it up again. And she thought, maybe she had one made. Never mind. We'll talk about that. That's another episode. Anyway, so back so then finally, well, so she got the trail done. And she did a very good job on the trail. Then finally she switched over to the truck. So finally, I was on but back up into the shop. So finally, sorry, just another that. So anyway, alright, it's done. So anyway, so back in the shop, so finally we got, so me and Clay got a couple wheels sanded, then Clay got his DeWalt 6000 out, and I got my Makita 6000 out. Owen was already cut in on one of the tanks. Josh was using a radio speed, yeah. Yeah, he was cut in, and yeah. Clay was doing a great job polishing. Clay was listening to Alan Jackson. I was listening to classic rock, and same thing with Orens. So we were listening to all. I think Owen was listening to like some AC/DC or Def Leppard or Guns N' Roses somewhere in there. Oh, that man! You guys can't go wrong with some classic rock. Woo! Yeah. Clay was listening to one of his favorite songs. He loves to, in the trucking show, he loves to sing to soundtrack. His favorite was, but I have it down while I was looking for it, something like that. That one that Ash sings in the movie with Clay Callaway. That's where we actually got the name of Clay. That's his favorite song. He also loves the other sing songs from the original, like the Sugar Off and Set Off Free. And if you haven't listened to the same soundtrack, you should go listen to that. It's pretty awesome. You will love it. Yeah. You won't be suppressed of it. So go listen to it today. So he was listening to the thing. He was also listening to some other music too. He loves audio music and just some common background music too. I love that stuff too. He also was listening a little while ago. Was listening to some Chris Tomlin. We loved worship music while we were polishing. I don't really know, but and 10,000 Reasons. That's another good one. Yeah, he loves all those songs. Anyway, so so finally, I was also listening to the message as well. I was listening to worship music too. Anyway, so finally after a few hours goes by, then Taylor showed up. She went to yoga. I don't know what time, maybe around 9-10ish. She went to yoga with Suki, Andrews, and Vanovich. Woo! Woo-wee! Then she picked up Pizza Hut and brought it to the farm. So then finally he said, lunch is here. Yeah. And then said, what's going on? Well, we just got 2 weeks. This is me talking, tiny. My wife. Nah. Yeah. How about me and Owen and we were washing up, getting ready for lunch. How about Clay? Clay came up. How she was halfway done washing too. Yep, she was halfway done washing. Everything with Clay was going great. We had Pizza Hut. Yeah, Owen had a Coke. Clay Callaway had a Diet Mountain Dew as usual. He loves his Diet Mountain Dew. And I had a Minute Maid lemonade. Yeah, sometimes I had I had the Diet Mountain Dew too. I like Diet Mountain. I didn't have it too much. That they had the Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, he was like, Clay Callaway was like Kurt. Yeah, and also sometimes when he was out trucking the owner, but he had also of a diet. Cook side attack got him poked with the Diet Root you saying it. Yeah. You should try to pack a Diet Root. Yeah, so the Diet Root. Sometimes he finished it in the morning and before he got going. Yeah. But so finally, everything, yeah, Owen had a Coca-Cola. Finally, we had lunch. It was so good. Yep. Yeah. The truck is starting to the truck is looking good over. Yeah, you bet it is. Looking very good, yeah. I like those new pads. Those are nice. Those Zephyr pads, yeah. Yeah. I like Clay said. I like the Renegade ones too. Yeah. Those really kind of nice. Yeah. Then I said I like the ones on Ab. And it's yeah. Always I did. Yeah. Always I might have to get. Oh, Taylor didn't stay too long. I know if you drop the pizza. So finally Taylor left and we went to the lounge. We were talking smart a little bit and yeah, we were talking smart about Jeff Wagley right now. Yeah. Yeah, we took Clay, we actually took a picture and sent it to Jeff Wagley. Ooh, he said, ooh, that looks good, buddy. Ooh, wee. And that's where we'll pick up again in just a little bit.